Hello, printmakers. So today we're going to go over the video for preparing paper for the intaglio and dry point process. The materials you're going to need are a shallow tray to hold the water, thicker paper, paper towels or a tea towel if you have it, scissors, a cork-backed ruler for tearing the paper down, and newspaper to protect your work surface from any ink or water on the surfaces as well.
When you're preparing your paper, this is Sam, by the way, for your intaglio or dry point printing, make sure you're working on a clean, flat surface.
So before you even place the paper into the water, you'll want to tear down or cut the paper to your desired dimensions. It will expand and shrink a little bit, but for the process that we're using today and the size plates, just make sure the paper is larger than the plate.
So you're going to fill a shallow tray or a sink with at least 2 inches of water. You can see for the size of our paper here that we're using a shallow tray. And you're going to submerge the piece of paper into the water, ensuring that all sides are wet before you dry it off. This can be done vertically or horizontally. I would recommend that nothing else be in the sink when you put it in there, and that you thoroughly clean a sink or tray prior to doing this, because any material that's in it will inadvertently become a variable you have to deal with as it'll get onto your paper itself.
When you're adding the paper into the water, make sure you're doing it 1 sheet at a time. As Sam mentioned, you want to make sure that all sides of the paper are coated in the water. So instead of like taking a stack of paper that you've done and putting it in, you want to layer that paper in 1 sheet at a time, ensuring that there's water in between each layers. And you'll want to let that paper soak for at least 20 to 30 minutes.
20 to 30 minutes in your sink? Is that what you just said, Brett? Are you serious?
That is what I just said, Sam. I am serious.
All right. Just to reiterate, 20 to 30 minutes at minimum. Make sure you grab the paper by its corner. You can use a sticky note, and you can just go, hey, sticky note, and use it to grab your piece of paper and pull it out. We recommend that you try and grab it by its corner. If you've got to use your fingers, make sure they're super duper clean, and you go clean them in a different sink prior to going and pulling them out, that you're not putting your dirty water in the sink as well. But you want to have really clean hands when you're handling your paper. That's optimally important. Again, removing all variables that you could possibly have to interfere with your clean, beautiful proofing and printing.
When you take that paper out, like Sam mentioned, you're going to want to sandwich it between either 2 stacks of paper towels or 2 tea towels, and then slowly start to press the water out from the center of the paper to the different edges. So that'll slowly start to get rid of that excess water and leave you with a nice damp sheet of paper.
You can see that Brett here, is that Brett or is that me? I can't remember. We're on our video, we are taking out some, that's Brett's tattoo, so it must be Brett. We're using paper towels here. We're taking it out carefully. We're letting all the water drip off prior to our dampening of it. And then we're just kind of showing you that glistening, saturated piece of paper while our other pieces of paper are soaking. And we're using this piece of paper in our printing process immediately, and then letting these puppies stay in the bath, stay in the sink. You know, the bath is what I'm calling this tray. For a little while between each printing, okay? So make
and
sure
then it's just, go ahead, Sam.
No, go ahead, Brett, I apologize.
Once they're out, like Sam says, take them 1 at a time. So you're going to take it out, dampen it right before you apply it to your plate to print. So this isn't something you're going to want to do very far ahead of time.
Right, this preparing the paper is something that you do well ahead before you do your inking, before you set up your whole space. This is the thing, when you've got to print, this is the thing you do first. All right, thanks again, printmakers. Good luck with all your prints and proofs. And, oh, stop recording.